Well, I used to think I was a master, and hyperbole. I spend my whole day thinking of titles because to get a headline, this is how I could educate people. I got to get a headline, that attracts you to look inside. I was a professor and in computer science at the college level, and that's what I saw there. I had to keep people awake. And so that's what you have to do. And that's politicians do the same thing. And Trump is a master. When I first started seeing him run for president, 8, 10 years ago, whenever that was, I said, God, that's what I do. See, what he does is just say outrageous things, okay? And the more outrageous, the more press he does. So his whole campaign for president the first time, he didn't spend any time in advertising. The cameras just follow him. Why do you think I dress like this? Because I didn't have money for advertising. And I found out if I act crazy, I could get airtime. And if I get airtime, then I have a chance of educating people about these programs, which I'm very serious about. I don't care what you think about me. It's the programs that are very important. Now, that's what he does. He understands the media wants a show. And he just loves having attention and have everybody beg to him and control him. You see, his big thing now is getting retribution to people who were mean to him the last 4 years. So he's going to spend all the government money trying to get back at people that he doesn't like how they treated him. Wow, he's going to have a long time. And then also, all the things he does. I mean, he loves proclamations, right? Oh, I declare this. And he thinks everybody's going to do it. No, it doesn't happen. So let's take this apart a little bit to give you some rest. By the way, the bottom line is 9944, 100% of the stuff that you want to apply for is going to be there. It may be a little later, doesn't matter. You have time now to apply. And actually, this becomes a better opportunity than ever before because everybody thinks that, the government's going to disappear. Yeah, bullshit. That's not going anywhere. I mean, just because he says so, it doesn't work that way. Maybe he could do something and probably will. It'll take him a couple of years to do something. He'll screw up the work so everybody pays attention to him. And that's just annoying more than anything else. The money for you to do what you want to do in life is still there. It's not going to go away. Maybe the little requirements will change later, but not now. And here, actually, I just read a little more of what's up. And he doesn't even know what he's doing now. I mean, they put this out. The things he wants to do, man, people spend careers trying to figure out the best way to do this. He spends 20 seconds, right? No, we'll just do this and worry about it later, and it gets him good publicity. So he's in the front page of the news every day. And I know I fight for that too. So I understand. I'm sympathetic to that because I know if nobody knows what I'm doing, then I can't help anybody. So that's what he does. But I don't know if he's interested in helping more than the immediate family. But that's a different thing. But okay, so now, see, there's two ways of free money out there. One is called direct payments, and the other is called grants. He's really focusing on grants. Now, here's what is in grants and direct payments in 2025. And he didn't get rid of anything. All he's looking at is who may or may not get it. I think maybe he doesn't want transgender people to get grants. I have no idea. But he's just trying to get the camera on him. So he just says something outrageous. Well, now here, in this year, here's what's grants coming out. That's $800 million for grants. But you know what's better than grants? Direct payments. And this isn't touched. So far, it's not touched by any of the. He's only counting grants. In the budget, that's less than $1 trillion. But there's $4 trillion in direct payments. So even if he gets to that, I mean, that's nothing compared to what's out there. So don't forget, this is just for him. So the more he yells, pants on fire, everybody's going to go. It's just, he's got an ego even bigger than mine. And I know in the beginning when I was doing a lot of TV and I act crazy because I know I got to, and I am, to me it's not crazy, it's making people laugh and having fun. And I don't see a lot of fun from this guy. He's a lot of mean, not a lot of fun. And so my parents did not even admit I was their son on the first 10 years. I was doing crazy commercials and, on talk shows and Oprah and stuff like that because they wanted me to be very serious and solemn. But nobody paid attention. Yeah, I was a professor. You got to keep those students awake if you want to teach them anything. And that's what I feel. And I enjoy it because I enjoy watching people smile that I could help them. And it makes the medicine go down because you're going to have to do work to take care of this stuff. And here, actually his last, he loves these proclamations, okay? Executive orders. Okay, I got a list of about 20 or 30 executive orders from his last time. They never did anything. The reduced regulation to control costs. Okay, it was supposed to be a major deregulatory effort. It lacked teeth, and nothing happened of any serious nature. And the broader rollback of a major regulations were stalled in the courts and took years. Nothing happened, okay? He writes this executive order. Everybody paints him, oh, hey, pants on fire. He's in the old Western movies. I don't know if you ever heard this expression. When I was a kid, a lot of Western movies, and they had an expression, the Western, the cowboys used to call a loudmouth, he's all hat and no cattle. He's got a big Western hat, but no cattle. He's not even the business. So that's what this sort of sounds like for me. Executive order for border security, okay? Despite the billions allocated to the wall construction, okay, here's what he got. He was going to do the wall. Remember the wall? And who was it going to pay for it? Somebody, we weren't even going to pay for it. Oh, Mexico was going to pay for it. Well, he did do something. He got 50 miles of wall, and most of that was taking down old fences. So 50 miles on this wall was going to keep out everybody. Remember that? Okay, and that was a good soundbite, a good pants on fire thing. But you know how big the wall needs to be? 3 million miles, okay? God, I mean, it's just amazing. So they're not going to, John, that's 3.15. Okay, how big is the Mexico wall? Man, that doesn't sound right now. I just searched it. How big is XICO wall? See, it's so nice you get data on anything. The border. How long, not big, got the height. How long border. Mexican border wall. Oh yeah, 3,000 miles. There's 3,000 miles, he got 50. So maybe he feels he did it, okay. That's again, all hat and no cattle. Immigration, okay, we talked about that. Reorganize the executive branch, okay. While agencies submitted proposals, most plans were never implemented. So he's gonna change all the agencies. Nothing happened, okay. Independent economic growth, energy independence he was going to do, okay. Initiatives faced legal challenges and required lengthy administration processing, limiting any impacts. Okay, so he's going, we're going to be energy independent, okay. Nothing happened, okay. That was, what do you call these things? An executive order, okay. And nothing happened. Except President's Advisory Commission to Election Integrity. The commission was disbanded. It started in 2016, disbanded in 2018 without producing any findings that were significant anyway. Executive handling public safety and interior in the interior of the United States. Target sanctuary jurisdictions that refuse to comply with federal laws. Courts ruled against his attempt to do that. he lost in the courts. So just because he says something doesn't mean it's going to happen at all. He's got roadblocks. Executive order protecting the nation from foreign terrorists. Parts of the order were blocked by courts, leading to multiple revisions and delays. Later, the travel ban was upheld, but the initial rollout caused confusion and backlash. So nothing again really happened. Strengthening Buy America and Hire Americans. The order largely reiterated existing policies and had limited impact on job creation. See, I mean, just says stuff. You know, I mean, it sounds great because he could sit by that, executive office and sign something, and it looks like, life's going to change tomorrow, and it's too bad because he could be doing something a little more of value instead of pumping up his hat. Executive order addressing trade agreement violations. Well, he's got his, what do you call it, his, tariffs now. But what he did so far, limited tangible results came to review. The trade deals remain unchanged. Everything has changed. He said he was going to do this last time. Everything is unchanged. Okay. Oh, in the summary, he says symbolism versus substance. So all he's in some symbolism. Legal and procedural hurdles. Everything he wants to do, there's set up in laws of procedures that he's going to run into. And legal problems. Duplicative efforts. Some orders merely redirect studies and reviews of existing policies without clear follow-through. So he's saying stuff that we're already doing somewhere else, but he doesn't know it. He will have to read or something to figure that out. He's like me, I hate reading. Executive order on agriculture and rural prosperity. The task force released a report, but critics argue had no concrete actions. So he was going to, have rural prosperity. Well, they got a report with nothing happening. Environmental reviews. Okay, again, it's all this stuff that nothing had a review. The review had no substantial effect on existing education policy. He was going to enforce statutory prohibitions on federal control of education. Okay. What he did had no effect on education policy, okay? The Space Council, maybe he did something here. Remember space cadets or whatever the new military forces? Critics argued that council had little impact on actually policy advances during the Trump term. So nothing much happened again. So it goes on and on. Order promoting healthcare choice, okay, had minimal impact, no broader healthcare access or affordability. No more people got healthcare than they would have anyway. And that's it. So you have to remember, these are politicians, they're marketing people like me. I'm going to say something to try to get your attention. And then when I got your attention, I'm going to try to educate you about real programs. These are real programs. And even if he's lucky enough to get some of these changed or something, don't worry about it. It's still there. And it may be delayed because he throws a monkey wrench in the system to delay things. That's his thing, is delay. And then he'll lose interest and something else, shiny object will come across his desk that he could get more publicity with. So don't worry about it. You go ahead and start getting the help you need to help with your income, your bills, and your debt. Okay, so that you have to start. Now, if you remember, we have a special report now just for that, and I'm going to put it in the Lesko help chat. Okay, so you have all that. Crikey, I closed something. Oh, no, Matthew, you're not as dumb as you look. Okay, so here are 3 series of videos that you have to start now, no matter what the hell they do in the White House or on the nightly news or whatever. Just ignore that. It's not going to be big. I mean, it may have an effect 5-10 years from now. That's about most you could imagine at all this, because it really takes the direction of the country a little more. But actually to make it quickly to do that, it's very, very difficult. And so the amount he really gets to happen, it'll be very little. And You have to learn the system no matter, even if it gets shaved off by 2-3%. You have to learn this because this is where the money is. The government is where the money is if you don't have money. If you have money, then you don't have to worry about anything he does in the government, because that's all he has control over, is the government. But you look, every billionaire is at his table having dinner with him every night they can to get his favor, because they know they could get more personal grants from him than they can anywhere else in America. Setting up a new business to make money, it's easier to get it from the government. That's why Bezos is there. You know, Elon Musk already is the biggest. He gets more money from the government than anybody else. Yeah, so now he wants more. So he figures if he gets up to set the rules, Biden lets him. Not Biden. Who's the other guy now? Trump. Trump helps him regulate the rules so he can get more money easier. So it's worth his time, because he's talking billions, yeah. And it's so important. And it's for everybody. We have, see, what our country is 70% of everything in our country is government. Now, of course, I ran and changed tables and lost some of my cheat sheets. You think they're in here? Yeah. I mean, that pie chart I show you, how much is capitalism and how much is here, which I say community or free money economy. So this is the free money economy. That's government and nonprofit organization. This is capitalism, okay? And that's 60%. This is 40%. And this is what we set up in our country to help people. Help people start businesses, help people buy homes, help people get out of debt, and things like this. You and I didn't decide that. Somebody else did a long time ago. So they set all these programs up for you to figure out. The big problem is the way you're trying to figure it out, and what most people do, is go to Google. You cannot go to Google unless you have money. Google is there to find opportunity for us generation. Google is there to make money. So everything you find in Google is going to cost you money. That's why they're there. They pay Google money to find you. When they find you, they have something they want to sell you. So you have to buy to get your problem solved. And that's why you think that you have to only get your problem solved by buying things. Okay, well, these billionaires are coming to town to get their problem solved with government money. They're not going to Google or you know, in the capitalist society to solve their problems. They're coming to Washington to solve their problem because they know there's more money here than anybody else. Well, but it's for everybody. It's for you. It's for you. I mean, here, a good example of what's going on is how the rich are using these programs that are really set aside for the poor. There's a new program Biden came out. I mean, I've talked about this before. Maybe you remember, or you have it in your notes. I'm sure you take notes every time I come here. and this is a grant program for people to pay their utility bills. Okay, this. And he's not touching this at all because this is actually it's grants through the IRS, so it's not even called grants. It's not even called direct payments or anything. And that's why it's just he just wants the headline. He doesn't care about details. As long as he could say that, that's how I am. As long as I could say, like. The White House is using CLICKBAIT. That's all I want to say. CLICKBAIT from the White House. And pants on fire. And that's all. I'll fill in the details later. That's how he does. But I've been studying this stuff for 50 years. And it's just fighting the media for attention so I can educate people. Because here is a sample of how millionaires use this more than the people who it's made for, I believe, but maybe I'm wrong. This is a program that gave out $6 billion, $8 billion, every month. They're going to do this every year for the next 10 years, okay? Nobody can touch this, okay? So this is $6 billion for, it's to help people with utility bills, okay? So it's actually $8 billion. Now, in the first year this was out, which is 23, here's how the money went out. Okay, the top 25% of people, that means people making anywhere from $10 million to $100,000. So $100,000 and up. That's the top 25% of income. Got 65% of that money. Now, first of all, I think if this is to help people cut down their utility bills, I mean, for me, a millionaire, the first thing they in their mind is not to worry about the utility bills, I would think. So, but they got 65% of the money. Okay, now, if you look at the bottom 25%, that's people making $30,000 or less. Less, okay? Like in Lesko, less. People making $30,000 or less got less than 1%. These people got 65%, the top 25. The bottom 25 got less than 1%. Now, I would think it's that bottom 25% that needs help with their utility bills a lot more than the 25% in the top category. But it's legal, so everybody feels good, except the people who pay the bills. That's us. That's us. That's where grants are going. And we have, see, what bothers me is that we have more people in poverty in this country than anybody else. This is a list of all the developed countries in the world. Okay, and there's about 30, 35 of them. We are number one in the percentage of people with poverty. Number one in percentage of people in poverty, okay? So we're giving millionaires money to pay their electricity bills, and that's up to $40,000 to give them. When we are the poorest country in the it's the rich country, the rich kids, okay? Rich kids, about 30, 35 countries that are called the rich kids, okay? We're one of them. And we're number one in, what do you call those? Millionaires. We're number one in the world in millionaires and billionaires. And we're also number one in the world in the percentage of people in poverty. Now, I can't, why isn't Trump talking about that? Does he want to help somebody? Don't see that. He just, to me, he's got a mean streak, something in him. He likes being mean. He does it well, though. Maybe we ought to put him in as the Department of Defense, because he's a mean sucker. And I think of all the operations we have as a business, we want a mean fucker. The Department of Defense is somebody's going to try to kick our ass, right? And that's getting more and more, like now, look, we lost to Russia. It looks like that. They're gaining, and we're throwing tons of dough and everything. We can't stop the guy. So we're losing. I mean, our country is not number one anymore. We're lucky if we hang on to the first tier, and we're losing. And more importantly, our populace are losing. They're getting less and less of the pie. The pie is getting lower, smaller and smaller for most of us. The pie is growing, and the rich people are growing. This is the top 10% of people from 1980 to 2025. This is the income of the top 10% of people. This is the income of the bottom 90%. So 90% of the people haven't gone anywhere. They've increased over 40, 50 years, only 33%. These people increased 200%. 33% for 90% of us, 200% for the rest, which is 10%. So that, to me, if there's any problem to work on, would be that. And why is that important? Because everybody's talking about inflation and things like that. Well, that's what's going on. Look at inflation in that time. So if your income is down here growing 30%, inflation is growing 300%. 30% is a lot less than 300%. So the cost of everything you're buying grew 300% in the last 40 years or more, and your income only grew 30%. So, and you know what you made a difference? Debt! So you went into debt! Look what happened. Okay, wait, oh no, that's the wage. Oh, okay. My assistant here is giving me the wrong thing. That's the consumer price index. Okay, yes, here's the debt. Okay, household debt. Look at the growth in household debt. That grew 2,500%. Debt from 8 to 9,000 to 136,000. So we're in debt. We're not making enough money to pay our cost of living, and we're going downhill, and more people are winding up in poverty. That's how I see it. If you see it differently, let me know, because there's always things. But in the meantime, let's help you get out of this mess. The programs that are here to help you do that. I have 3 programs here for members, and you don't have to be a member. I'll show you where to get this stuff. One is on your bills and your debt. The first thing you want to do is make an appointment. The way you get money from grants, or whatever you call it, direct payments, or just ignore the White House and the grant stuff. It's not going to affect you. If it does, it's going to be an anomaly. And so you're going to get hijacked by a terrorist. So don't worry about it. You got to use the programs that are there, and they're going to be there. It's just maybe a little different color, a little tweaking around the edges. He just wants to get everybody's attention on him. But you go of the organizations there. If they're a little nervous now, wait a week or 2, you'll see it calm down. Or you go another place. See, there's more than one place, like right now. You want to get help with your financial assistance, okay? Or actually, you want to make an appointment with a financial counselor. You want to sit down with somebody that will sit down with you one-on-one and help you think through your financial problems, your debt, and what you can get rid of, what you can't get rid of, and how to get rid of it, even if you can't get rid of it, all that stuff. Sit down with something. Don't go to Google. Stay out of Google. If you're going to Google now to solve any of these problems, you're just wasting your time, and then you're going to waste your money, and then you're going to waste your more time and have nothing to show for it. I'm sure you've tried to look already there and got nothing. So it's not going to change. It hasn't changed, because Google is all about getting money from you. You don't have money. So you don't go and have a lunch in a bar if you're an alcoholic. Oh, I won't drink, but you just can't trust yourself, okay? And do that. And the only people you want to talk to are those that have websites that end in .gov or .org. .gov means government. .org means nonprofit organizations. They're the only people in our society that help you for free and give you money. And they give an average of like $55,000 to $60,000 per family every year. No matter what, no matter what Trump says, that money's going out the door, okay? Because they voted on it, and it's all baked in the system now. He'll make it tougher or something, as the most he could do. So don't worry. You have to spend your time learning the system. So it's going to get little bumps on the road because of him. Fine, and there's always bumps on the road because of something. So if you're not willing to do that, then you're not really serious about solving your problem. So here's what you do with financial assistance and financial counseling, free financial counseling. You go to findhelp.org and you put in your zip code, then you put in financial counseling. That's right. And there's like 600 free financial counseling. That's why if one of these are affected by something, wild ass scheme in the White House, there's 499 or 599 more places to check. It's like getting a job or anything. It's a numbers game. And you have to know where the numbers are. The numbers are not in Google. The numbers are finding organizations that are nonprofit and government offices and talking to people. So you call those people and see if they could help you. If they can't, then what you have to do is ask them, where else can I go? If you can't help me, sir or madam, can you suggest other places? They know that. If they don't, you call another place, and you call another place, and you call another place. If you're not calling, you're not solving a problem. And unfortunately, I wish it was easier. It would have been nice. I would look more like a hero if I could just show you the one a website that's going to solve all your problems. No, You have to find that because it's different everywhere. There's millions of them. So you have to find locally where that is. And that means you getting on the telephone and talking to people. So that's a start on your debt and your bills. And talk to a financial counselor, a free one. Don't go to Google and try to find a financial counselor. You're gonna find people that are gonna get money from you one way or another. They're either gonna get money and charge you, or they're gonna get money and take some of the money that you could use for paying your creditors. So they're gonna get part of that. So that's the thing. Okay, the next thing you wanna do is housing. Housing is a big problem, okay? Bunch of places to go for that. One is you start with hud.gov/counseling, hud.gov.counseling, and you make an appointment with them. Now, what you want to do is, and don't go to Google again. No, you want to, the real opportunities are for government programs, and they're the ones that give grants up to $200,000 to help people buy homes. And it's in many, many states now, because everybody's having trouble buying a home. They're too expensive. People can't pay the rent. Housing is the big problem. So that means the government's going to throw money at that. If you're a real estate investor or want to be one, this is what you want to do too. And your local office is something called the Office of Community Development. So your Office of Community Development in your county. Your county Office of Community Development. But there's more than that. You have HUD.gov counseling, and you make an appointment with them. They even have free training on buying a house. There's other nonprofits that we have a whole list of them that you could check. And it's not a good place here, but if you remember, it's on that list that I put up there. See, on buying a home, I have the programs there to buy a home, okay? For step 1 and step 2 of buying a home. So step 1 is getting those counselors, make an appointment. Step 2 is going through the list of nonprofit organizations where you live that help people get money to buy or fix up a home. And there's a list of about 10 of them, okay? Now, so that you have getting paid, fixing up your credit card and your debt, getting rid of that. The next one is buying a home. The next one is starting a business. Okay, it's almost the same thing as a credit card. And housing. It's all about finding experts, finding local experts that get paid to help you find the real information. Because none of us are know it enough to know what's good and bad for us. But these people that I'm telling you to go call and make an appointment to see know all this stuff. They do it every day. They help hundreds of people like you, every month, year, day, or whatever. And so they know, and they can point you in the right direction. And if they can't, then you ask them where else to go. I tried to apply for a grant for emergency bill. I wasn't able to. What do I do? Okay, if you applied for a grant, I don't know what it's for. What is it for, Donna? Is that for housing or what? A member is asking. She applied for a grant for emergency. Is it for housing? Is it for finances? Or what is it? Diana, Bronx, New York, yeah, but what is it for, Diana? Diana, what did you apply for? I mean, is it for living expenses? See, you can't, I just need a lot of money. Yeah. There's no just get a lot of money. They're all for different things. So that's why then you have to go and find out where, Diana, I don't see that you said what it's for. Well, leave a message for us, Diana, in the, let's see, the funds already been allocated, can make those contacts right. David, I don't know. That doesn't help anybody who's looking for money. It's interesting, so thanks for putting it up. I don't see that. Who was it I'm looking for? I forgot the name of that. Babyface, Grace Baby. Hi, Grace Baby. I contacted FEMA, findhelp.org, Tampa, regarding food wasted due to the hurricane. I just received notification that the fund is closed. Should I call again? Yes, you call them again and ask them where else. So if you're looking for a grant to do the food waste food, because yeah, I mean that's really important, and there should be money for that. But it's call the people that said no, ask them where else. Okay, I'm not sure what you want to do. Are you trying to resell the food or give it away free, or it's hard? What I would do, why don't you do this, Grace Baby, is go to sba.gov. Get somebody to sit down with you to think through this. Now there's these people, help people start organizations, nonprofits, work at home, anything like that. Oh, Colleen, how are you? The insurance company will reimburse you for food wasted during, oh, nice. But Grace, go there and make an appointment with the mentors. There's mentors there of people that will help you one-on-one start any kind of business, start any kind of nonprofit that you want, okay? It's all for free, okay? You don't want to go to Google. Google wants to get money from you. People we give you will never charge you money, and they're there to help you. Now, the quality of help is the same if you pay for it. Some are good, some are bad. And that's why you have to always figure out if one doesn't work, you go to another one. There's always more than one you could try to get help with. And that's what you have to do, is keep trying to get help. You try another one, and then talk to them and get them to brainstorm about things. You have to get people to give you more than they thought they had. That's why I love doing interviews on podcasts. People ask me questions that I don't normally get, and I didn't know I knew that answer. So it surprised me when I do these podcasts. Mr. Lesko, can we use you as a reference? For what? Yeah. No, I brought food, and due to no, oh, I see. So you lost food. Well, I say your insurance may cover that, but call those people too. Call your county cooperative extension service, okay? They know about this kind of thing. Yeah, the County Cooperative Extension Service. David, yeah, I don't know you. I don't know how I could say. You could say you're a member, and I'll prove that. But, Setra, what's that? SETHRA is a good source. Do you know what I'm talking about? The County Cooperative Extension Service, Colleen? Because they handle all those food kind of issues. Yeah, and would even know of funding for that kind of stuff. It's probably in Tennessee only. I say, are you in Tennessee? Maybe not, you don't know. You call them and see, hey, somebody else. Yes, they do. They're probably in Tennessee, okay. Anybody else have a question, a source? Who needs a source? That's what we need. Tell me what you need money for. Tell me what you're trying to do. So it's just a live chat. Are there those video feeds doing? Is there video feed going? Yes, you could see this video later. So let's go live on the list. There's Colleen again. Colleen, you considering being a navigator with us? Misty there, she could help you if you want to. I'd carry around your statements all the time. Ask magic question. Where else can I get the assistance I'm looking for? Yes. Okay. Okay, don't forget, I don't know who else. Misty, who's on tonight? We have I need money to help catch up on my bills. Okay, Shannon, one thing, what you do first is make an appointment with the counselors, okay? You get with a counselor, a free financial counselor. The best place to start is at HUD.gov, okay? Oh, okay. Misty, do you see Colleen is interested? She got a bunch of stuff. And she's the one that I'm trying to get some help in Orange Park, Jacksonville. Okay, what kind of help? Okay, here, let me, for bills, HUD, HUD.gov, counseling. Okay, go to that website and make an appointment. Look in the list. I put a whole bunch of things up there for people in financial trouble. So look at that list of videos I have up on top for that too. You can ask AI, Roger. Yes, AI is great because it could tell you. See, what's neat about AI, Google is terrible because you get everybody selling this shit. But if you go to AI, like Roger teaches in our seminars, are live. Now, these are workshops. We don't charge for any of the workshops. And what time is the workshops tonight? Usually, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, something like that. Sometimes during the day too. But if you go to ChatGPT and you put in, I want money, give me the listing of nonprofit organizations and government programs. They're the two things you have to say when you're looking for grants, because anything else, the people don't, .coms don't give out grants. Maybe some do a little bit, but can't be bothered. 40% of all the money that is given out in grants is from government agencies and nonprofit organizations. So that's what you want to do, okay? And the gig economy, yeah, I believe in that too, Colleen. And so it's important that you say that when you put ChatGPT. So you could put, I'm looking for organizations that are nonprofit government offices in Tallahassee, Florida, that give money to help pay my rent. 3,000-mile wall, and he only got 5,000. 3,000-mile wall, and he only got 5,000. And most of that was just recovering from broken fences. So ChatGPT, but again, so make sure you know that, see, but AI shows you only what you ask for. So you say, because you don't know the names of the organizations, but you say, organizations do this, and the organizations are nonprofit organizations and government offices. Everybody else you don't want to see, because anybody else, then those two are going to ask you for money. Money makes the world go round. Go round. I need money to start and build my IT app company, okay? And my cannabis company. I would take one at a time, Mark. Okay, look at those 3 sections that I started up here that I put. We have a section there on where to start, and there's a video instruction step-by-step for your bills, a video instruction step-by-step for buying a house, and video instruction step-by-step for starting a business. It's all right there. That's my 50 years of experience down to about 30 minutes. That's how you get. Marine, look at that, number 6 in the report. Misty, play Misty for me. Roger, I sent all the navigators copies of the 1099, so I need to see if I screwed up anywhere, because I am terrible with detail. I'm a big picture guy. I just don't have patience. Hi, I'm Michelle. Oh, it's Roger's birthday. Wow. Okay, guys, I'm petering out. That's what happens at 81. Okay, well, let's stay back. Money up front before money gets paid back to you by use of a grant. Don't know what that means. But a grant you don't have to pay back, so you don't have to worry about it. Take care.